no matter what, keep doing what you doing. Keep doing what you doing. Whatever you do, keep doing it. You gotta keep it moving. Gotta keep it moving.
What's G-double-O-D good, y'all? This your girl Ty here. I'm back with another video. About to get into how Dababy destroyed his career. And you know, it was not too long ago where Dababy was, you know, everywhere, getting interviews, blowing up, music videos, being featured on different songs and everything, until that one day at Rolling Loud, he said some BS that got him like canceled, and I mean literally canceled. And now, you know, it's unfortunate, but you know, I'm pretty sure he's still, you know, viewed as, you know, great by, you know, where he's from people that knows him and, you know, where he's from, where he grew up at. But I'm pretty sure, you know, when it comes to his record label and everything, they kind of control, you know, who sees him, who views his music, who listens to his music. So it's like, even though you're being yourself, you know, even though you're, you know, showing how confident you are, you still gotta watch what you say, because certain groups of people, ethnic people, whoever it may be, can't control how, you know, or have a big impact on how you can continue to do your music or how you continue to get your music out there. So just be mindful of that. But now we about to get into it. Remember, if my vibration sound you dig the vibe, please comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any videos that you recommend for me to watch, please leave a comment down below and I will get to it. Let's tap in and see what they talking about here.
July 25th, 2021, Rolling Loud Miami will be the beginning of a career descent for Dababy. During his set, Dababy would imply that people with HIV or any STDs were not welcome at his shows. But wait, there's more.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone like that. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that.
Let's be real.
To make matters worse, this was in front of tens of thousands of people, and Rolling Loud was being streamed online to thousands more, if not millions. But before we continue, let's take a quick look at the initial rise of Dababy to put into perspective how far it's fallen.
See, one thing about the LGBTQ community, they don't play when it comes to stuff like that. They do not play when it comes to stuff like that. They will cancel you just by themselves alone. They don't need other people to fend for them. They will do it.
From 2019 to early 2021, Dababy was unstoppable. He had back-to-back #1 albums, Grammy nominations, and multiple top 40 hits on Billboard, including Rockstar, a record that would reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. He was selling out shows, collaborating with the biggest artists in music, and signing major brand deals that most people would die for. He had a bigger-than-life personality and a compelling life story that people gravitated towards too. But how long would it last? Fast forward to the Rolling Loud incident. After Dababy's homophobic comments, he got dragged for it online, prompting him to provide a response.
I do at a live show. It's for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip from their goddamn crib on their phone. It just don't work like that. Like, me and all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turn the fuck up.
Shortly after, celebrities like Elton John, Demi Lovato, and Dua Lipa were condemning Dababy, stating on Instagram, "I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments," wrote Lipa on her Instagram story. "I really don't recognize this as the person I worked with." This will lead to Dua Lipa taking Dababy off of the Levitating remix, which at the time was one of the biggest songs in the entire world. To make matters worse, all the controversy led to major music festivals and brands dropping Dababy entirely. Fashion brand Boohoo publicly ended their relationship with him. Lollapalooza dropped him from the lineup on the very last day of the festival. The Governor's Ball Music Festival announced Dababy would not be performing as part of their lineup. UK event Park Life cut him from the roster, though the rapper's team claims that decision was made months before Rolling Loud, and the team behind Day in Vegas replaced his set list with that of Roddy Ricch. With his career falling before his eyes, Dababy would attempt to rectify his mistake by going to Twitter to apologize. Social media moves so fast that people want to demolish you before you even have the opportunity to grow, educate, and learn from your mistakes. I want to apologize to the LGBTQ community for the hurtful and triggering comments I made. Again, I apologize for my misinformed comments about HIV/AIDS. I know education on this is important. You would think Dababy was doing the right thing, but actually he was just digging a bigger hole for himself, because to a lot of people, his apology came off as insincere. His interview in The Breakfast Club would prove that thought to be true, as he would state he doesn't even agree with his own apology.
I said more graphic shit in the song I probably performed right before. You know what I mean? Right before that happened, you get what I'm saying? So I'm not knowing when, ain't nobody tell me, okay, at this point is when you gotta watch what you say. You know what I mean? It's not something that's taught, you know what I mean?
Dababy also implied he didn't know his comments at Rolling Loud.
It shouldn't have to be taught, though. It should be common sense. It should be common sense. Especially in today's world, everything is sensitive now. Everybody takes jokes offensively now, like he shouldn't have been this unaware. Like, especially if you on social media as much as he is, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that. There was no excuse for him to be this unaware about how jokes like that are offensive, or how people take, or how sensitive people are. Like, come on.
That Rolling Loud would affect his career negatively because 1, he said way more graphic stuff in songs, and 2, no one told him when you get to this level, you need to watch what you say.
Even though, I don't agree with it, you feel me? Like, if this the example that gotta be made, if this what God want me to go through, you feel me, for whatever reason, let's do it, I'm with it.
I don't know if he gets a pass on that one because it's just common sense. When you're in the spotlight, to tread carefully. Dababy continued to keep a positive look on his future, but his reputation wasn't getting any better. After the Rolling Loud controversy, it seemed like Dababy was always involved in some sort of drama. For example, there was a time he feuded with YouTube celebrity JoJo Siwa, who was just coming off Time's annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. In the video for the Beatbox Remix Freestyle, Dababy would hold up a pic of JoJo Siwa and call her the B word. Obviously, this left a lot of people confused and angry as to why he would do this. Reactions on Twitter were pouring in with tweets like, why did Dababy include that JoJo Siwa line in his freestyle? Regardless of rhyme, a 29-year-old dissing a 17-year-old doesn't sit right with me. JoJo Siwa sitting in her $4 million mansion, seeing Dababy dissed her. Despite the backlash, Dababy seemed to find it outrage
for what?
and took to Twitter to explain that the line wasn't meant as a diss, but was simply a play on words. He also tweeted directly at Siwa and explained that he meant no disrespect and that his daughter is a huge fan. My 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out. She thinks she you. Don't let them trick you into thinking that ever have a problem with you. My wear pledges went over their heads. All over my end, shorty. Keep shining. In another viral clip, Dababy has an awkward moment when he tries to kiss a fan and she wouldn't let him. Dababy claimed he didn't try to kiss her, but obviously no one was buying it. Some fans on social media found the embarrassing moment hilarious, like this one user who tweeted, "Dababy getting curved by his own fan has been top tier comedy for me this morning." In February 2022, Dababy and members of his crew were filmed getting into an altercation with Brandon Carrillo, the brother of the rapper's ex-girlfriend, Danny Lay, at a bowling alley. Video of the incident shows Dababy and Brandon swinging at each other, slipping into the bowling lanes, and the other members of the rapper's crew jumping in to fight. Let's also not forget the time he tweeted he was endorsing Kanye West for president. I don't think I need to explain why this was a bad move for him, but I'll just say this. If you've been following everything Kanye West has said over the past 8 months or so, then you know it's probably not a good idea to attach yourself to his name, whether you believe he's right or wrong, because it will only be met with backlash. All of these controversies plus more ultimately.
Like, I don't understand. Like, he kept digging himself in such a hole, because it's like, bro, you should know now that you have to watch what you do, watch what you say, keep your head clean, like keep your nose clean, all that. But he just kept constantly doing stuff, saying stuff, acting stupid, dissing people that ain't did nothing to him for him to diss others. Like, it's like, bro, you doing this to yourself at this point. You really don't give a fuck. And it's cool. But you destroying your career in the process.
Started affecting the music. Dababy's recent album, Baby on Baby 2, released in September of 2022 and only sold 16,000 copies in its first week. That's an 86% drop from his last album,
Completely fell off.
Looking for a way to hype up the album, Dababy released a music video for the song called Boogeyman. On the song, he reveals he was sleeping with Megan Thee Stallion while using a Megan Thee Stallion lookalike for the video. This was a bold move to make, but it still didn't add much to
Just to get a reaction for people to listen to it. Why? That's another person I want to talk about too. Like, Meg, keep your head up, girl. Like, if I was her, especially after this whole case between her and Tory Lanez and her ex-best friend Kelsey, like, rappers, especially male rappers who had a comment on the situation, who was dissing her, I wouldn't give them the time of day. I wouldn't give them the time of day. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if she make an album dissing motherfuckers that had something to say, like 50 Cent, Drake. I was surprised by Drake, you know, and others. Like, I would not be surprised at all.
Streams or sales as he would like. In the video, there is also a gay person who survives at the end of the horror-themed video while everyone else is killed. The baby daps him up and apologizes for the comments he made at Rolling Loud, saying it was a misunderstanding. That moment felt forced, and it seems like the baby desperately wants to put the Rolling Loud controversy behind him, but until it feels sincere, it'll always stick with him. The baby would respond to the criticism of his album sales, stating on Instagram, "Not bad for the blackballed baby." While few agree that he is blackballed to some degree, others think his music is just not good anymore. Before all the controversy that we talked about, there was already a growing number of fans that were tired of the baby's repetitive flow and beat choices. As this Reddit user put it, I mean, he makes catchy music, but honestly, most of his ish sounds the exact same. There's no creativity, it's all the same sound, style, flow, beat. The baby bin fell off. Those SpongeBob beats and his flow got played out. The baby uses beats that sound like Wipeout menu music. Things continued to spiral down for the baby as he announced he had to cancel one of his shows after selling only 500 tickets to a venue that had a capacity of 14,000. It's clear the hype around the baby has cooled off. Do I think he can bounce back and have a resurgence? Yeah. The baby is a talented rapper with a very solid body of work so far. He just needs to evolve musically, and if he can keep his mouth closed on certain topics and learns that forgiveness comes when the actions speak louder than words, then he has a chance at redemption.
I agree. It's like, just go away for a while, stay off social media, come up with a new sound, new flow. You should be good as new. But that's it for this video. I will be back with more videos coming soon. If you think my vibration time, you dig the vibe, please like and subscribe. If you got any videos that you would like for me to watch, please comment down below and I will get to them. Peace.